like we always do about this time. I am Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. And today, my guest is a legend, over 40 years in the game, a member of the illustrious rhyme family known as South Park Coalition. If you don't know who I'm talking about the one and only Klondike Kat. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's the word? What's the word?
Chilling, man. Well, let's start at the beginning, man. When did you decide that you were gonna take music serious?
Man, it started at an early age, even before I could kind of really remember. My big sister told me that I used to sing all the songs come on the radio while I'm riding with her and my mother in the car. And I would even sing all the commercials and jingles. And, my mom be like, man, boy, shut up. My sister used to say, no, mama, he gonna do something with him. Let him do it. Let him do it. So it was early on, you know what I mean? Uh, from a baby. And around about age 11 or 12, my father bought me my first keyboard. It was a little Casio, something simple. The one that, got the little pre-beats made on it. And,
Yeah.
I started trying to make beats and write songs then. So it started out early for me.
Do you remember that very first studio session you had?
Yep. Uh, if you remember, Scarface had a song called Let Me Roll. And he was talking about a guy dialing SAOG, South Acres Food. Dylan was the first one to put me in the studio. You know what I'm saying? He was in the game. And I know him because he raced cars with my father. So, you know what I'm saying? I knew him in the drag racing, in the streets or whatever. So one day I saw him. He pulled up somewhere else at the service station. He was in his Rolls Royce. And I was like, man, darling, come on, man, put me on. I think I was like 14. Put me on, man. Give me something, man. Give me some work. He was like, man, I'm not doing this, man. I'm not gonna get into no shootout with your old man behind you, man. I thought you rap. I said, I do. I'm trying to get the money to get in the studio. He was like, well, look, well, come on, where the studio at? I told him it was Big Richard's studio on Anderson Road. So I told him, man, he said, man, come on, let me take you to the studio. I'm finna pay for you some studio time right now. So we went there and he gave the dude $1,000. It was like, hey man, let my homeboy do whatever he want to do with that. And that was the first time that I actually, went into the real studio.
And when did you become a member of SPC, or was that before music?
That was actually I was already a member of the SPC then. You know what I mean? I became a member in the SPC around maybe 87, 88. Mm-hmm.
Golden era of hip hop. Man, I want to ask you about this because I just seen recently that you received an award, and a lot of brothers received awards. I just don't want to leave nobody out. So shout out to everybody who received awards. I wanted to ask you about that and how does it feel to get the flowers and the recognition? That's what I wanted to ask you.
Basic question again, like,
Oh, the award ceremony that was the other night. I believe that was Saturday night.
right.
It was some kind of underground awards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah, the Legends Awards.
Yeah, the Legends Award. I wanted to talk to you about that, what that meant to you, and what does it mean for you to get, recognition and respect.
Well, that's not, of course, it's not the first award, but it's one of many, and they're all treasured equally alike, because anytime that people recognize, what I'm saying, where a lot of this hip hop for Houston started, we were the foundation for a lot of it, what I'm saying, not the very beginning, but close to the very beginning, in the beginning, the building of it. So we was there from the beginning. So it's a blessing. to be able to still get recognition and people show us love, for the groundwork we lay.
Yeah, I love that album, The Tie That Binds. I jammed it, I reviewed it on the channel. And I see that y'all touring off of it. How does it feel to be going around, moving around, and hitting different states and places with this music? How does that feel?
Like I say, it's been so many years of doing that just particular thing, but it's 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 still refreshing today. So it's still more like fun than a job to me. So, anytime we get out there and meet the fans and bring it to them live, because our live shows always be energetic. You know what I mean? And we out there spitting for real. You know what I'm saying? So we're not just letting the song play. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing to be able to still, give it to the fans, man, and match their loyalty and give it to them like they want.
Yeah, man. And when you're not working, man, what type of music are you jamming? What type of music you listen to?
I listen to everything, man. I listen to old, I listen to new, I listen to uh, reggaeton, I listen to every genre of music, basically. Yep.
That's what's up. What about your solo work? Do you have any solo projects that is on the way or something that you're about to drop soon?
Yep. I got a new album coming out. I actually got enough for three. So I'm gonna pick these first 10 or 12, and this album will be called The Mob Manuscript. I'm mixing it down as we speak right now. I maybe got 8 videos prepped. Uh, we're gonna finish those up, and then I'm gonna go on a nice run.
And what can people expect from this album?
You can expect to see a lot of growth. Uh, you can hear the beats immaculate, and the mixing and mastering superb. So you're gonna get a updated cat, which you'll see ain't went nowhere. Actually added to the repertoire, added to the added tools to the repertoire. Uh, a lot of factual stuff, a lot of uh, no matter what, no matter what subject is about, still gonna be a lot of factual, real music. You know what I'm saying, that people can relate to on a daily basis.
Yeah, you said something very interesting. You said growth because I have a talk with one of my producer friends just about every day about growth within music. And I wanted to ask you about the and this doesn't come from everybody. This just comes from certain people. Certain people are under the notion that you have to be a certain age to make rap music, and I don't never hear age used in any other genre of music except for rap music. So I'm going to ask, how do you feel about those who place a age limit on rap music?
Well, you know what? It's like what I see trending now. Well, let's start from the beginning. We all know who that idea stems from. You know what I mean? It's not us. It's it's been planted as a seed. But if you think about it, rock and roll got their golden era. You got your Rolling Stones. You got your Phil Collins. You know what I mean? You got people like that that can still tour. Def Leppard. You know what I mean? They can tour right now and ain't had a song out in 30 years, but they can go tour around the world and sell out crowds. See, and they try to put a stipulation, a stigma on rap, saying it's only a young man's game. But I see daily where, like I just saw this morning, where dudes was they was letting the dude go off in the gas station. He was going off old head, and then he had his girl with him, and she was singing the hook for him. And they was like, man, I choose the old head over these young cats any day, man. You know what I mean? So it's people are now coming to understand that, hey, man, value the essence of the genre of music you love. Value this hip hop, man. Meaning when like a lot of guys that get in this music game and they can't tell you where it came from. They can't tell you where it started for even in their own city. They can't tell you who was the guys that made it possible for them to do their thing right now today. And I believe we lack that, but I also believe that it's kind of coming around because if you look at it, a lot of young cats ain't really, you know, making a lot of subject matter music. It's a lot of party music and what's going on, and that's, what's going on because it's being shaped like that by the media. You know what I mean? But just a lot of people understand that when you come with an old head, you're gonna bring some knowledge, you're gonna bring some something, and it's just how you put it together. You know what I mean? You can't sound like you in the '80s. You know what I mean? You can't totally rap like you in the '90s. You know what I mean? You got to kind of, be able to transcend with the times and still be you at the same time. So those who can unlock that magic key will have the longevity.
Yeah, that's real. I gotta ask you this because I asked everybody this one. Does Klondike Kat have a top five best rappers?
I definitely do. Uh, K Rito number one. Everybody else maybe in no particular order. Of course, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Scarface. Uh, let's see. Did I say Jada?
No.
Okay, Jadakiss.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a very solid top five list, if I must say so myself.
Yeah.
Some of those names are on my top five. So, um, and what do you think? I want to ask you about this because there's a shift going on in hip hop right now. Maybe about 3 years ago, if we would have been talking, and I would have asked you about the current state of hip hop, you probably would have been like, But now it's shifting. It's kind of going back to the audience wanting to hear lyrics. They want to hear stuff that makes sense versus just music that'll get you by. And
Right.
I wanted to ask you about the shift, about people wanting to hear actually substance in the music again and lyricism and things of that nature. I wanted to ask you about that.
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, I hinted to that because I see it on my timeline. You know what I mean? And I see it ain't old heads that's putting it out there saying this. It's young cats, it's young females out here that say, "Hey, man, give me some. I'm gonna go to start listening to nothing but old heads. Y'all keep it up." But see, it's just it's a lot of music is for the layman, meaning the average everyday people. But then there's always something that's greater if it's put out there right. Something that can teach you, something that can help you. You know what I'm saying? Through a situation, something that's compatible to something you may see in your life or in somebody's life around you can have more of an impact. You know what I'm saying? So if you can listen to a song and walk away with an emotion, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody's album can take you through multi emotions. I always say a good classic album will take you through every emotion that a human can feel when it's done. You know what I mean? You can take
Yeah.
somebody through every emotion, you got an instant classic.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. I wanted to ask you about the community work that the SPC does, and this is stuff that doesn't have nothing to do with the music. It's more so community driven things that involve the community. I wanted to ask you about that.
Oh well, we were doing it in the '80s, before it was cameras and even a lot. We don't use cameras all the time even now, but you know, to give back to our community, man, it's just saying that, hey, man, as a whole, we care. Individually, we care, but as a whole, we care, and we just like to give back, man, and because people go through things, man, and you can't be people respecting you and showing you love in your city, and you don't give it back. So I believe in giving back, man. Trying to help others, man. Rise or help them through some situation they might be going through. People don't forget that, and there's always a good karma, man, in the Lord's eyes.
Yeah. And somewhere there's a young artist aspiring to make music. What advice would you give that aspiring artist?
Well, I would tell them stay on your craft. Don't take it for light. And the most important thing for you to do is learn the business part, the promotion part. When you get through with all that stuff in the studio and putting it down in the studio, that's just the beginning of you getting paid. So take some hours throughout your day, do some studying on your craft on the business side. So when you hear these words or you getting ready to sign a contract or you trying to put it out yourself independently, you know what I'm saying, kind of the realm and the language people are talking, so you know how to navigate through it, you know what I'm saying, even more.
Word. Um, when is do you does your album have a release date, or you don't know when you'll be putting it out?
No, not yet, not yet. I keep wanting to plan one, but then, I got so many other things going on, so it's hard for me to just say exactly, like I say, I got some my first single. I'm shooting. I'll actually be drag racing in the video. So I'm almost through with my race truck. So once we get that dialed in and I go to the track and set it up straight, then we'll begin to shoot the video. And then I'll be able to, what I'm saying, set my pace right there when it'll be coming out.
And your next show with the SPC is when?
We just got through with Denver, Colorado. We got Austin, Texas, September 20th. Uh, we're working on a few more shows too. Like I say, this is a betting on me too. So we lining up spots. But as far as right now, we got uh, September 20th, and I can't think of the date or something else. We just confirmed yesterday. Uh, but we lining up a lot of shows, man. We've done a lot of shows, so we still moving.
No doubt, man. I just want to tell you thank you for being in my video. That's the first thing.
It's all
Uh,
good, yeah.
and then thank you for taking time out to get on this platform, because I have been wanting to holler at you for a little while, and I know communication kind of got lost for a little while, but we got that together. And we got to do more of this, because these type of things are important for people to see, hear, and understand about our music and our legacy. You know what I'm saying? So from me to you, I'm just saying thank you. I appreciate you for hollering at me. You know what I'm saying? Before we get up out of here, do you have anything that you want to say? Anything you want to promote?
Uh, yep. Be on the lookout for the new album coming, man. First single will be "Ride Like the Wind." Like I say, you'll get to see me actually do what I've been doing since a kid, as well as rapping, actually driving the truck, you know, going through there, pushing the parachute. I'm talking about close to 200 miles an hour, so I ain't talking about no play toy, you know what I mean? So, GoPros inside the car, outside the car, so you'll get to see, me actually do that. I think that's big for me. And as far as a podcast, we're going to be working on the first pilot to the Lions Den podcast, you know what I'm saying, featuring Jay Chill and Nikolai Volkov. So we're going to be doing that soon, you know what I mean, a platform for, SBC members, and not just SBC members, old heads to the new heads, to, tell a story, even some in-house live performances, you know what I mean, just to crank it up for this year.
That's cool right there, man. Appreciate that. I would love to be a part of that whenever y'all get that together.
No doubt. No
You know what
doubt.
I'm saying? On behalf of Mr. Klondike Kat and the good people at One Man Records. I am Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. And until next time, everybody, peace and love, because that's what the world needs in a major way. Peace and love.
One love.